Microneedling for acne scars, do they work? Why do we do them? What type of procedure is it? And how does it feel? Well, let's go through the questions one by one. My name is Balsam and I am a skin specialist here in London, and microneedling is my absolute favorite treatment to do because it's basically a workhorse for a multitude of skin concerns. And these include aging, fine lines and wrinkles, minimizing pores, rosacea, pigmentation, as well as acne scars, also stretch marks, as well as hair restoration. So let's look at what microneedling does for acne scars and how actually it feels. Well, before we begin to do this, we need to understand what microneedling is. So microneedling is known as collagen induction therapy, or collagen banking, some people may actually refer to it, and it's using either a derma roller, but I don't tend to use a derma roller, I tend to use a Dermapen. And I tend to use the original Dermapen, which is this one here, and I absolutely love it because it does deliver results and it does what it says on the tin. So for me, it's absolute go-to when it comes to a medically led device. So what happens during this procedure? Well, the idea is inserting or creating microtrauma by using needles to actually pierce through your skin and really working its way throughout the whole surface of the skin to create its effects. So we are trying to induce collagen as a result of it because we're inducing a controlled trauma. So how do we do that? We use something like this needle. Now, your needles tend to come packaged and they are sterile, so nobody's needle gets used for someone else. This is your own needle. It comes packaged in its own sort of sterile packaging, and then I'll remove it, use it on you, and then I dispose of it. So the needle comes as that, and literally these are the needle heads. So if you have a look, these are the needle heads here, look, and they basically punch the skin. There's 16 of them, and they puncture the skin all the way, but moves at super high speed into your skin, and it really does create a fantastic outcome for your rejuvenation. Now, when it comes to the acne scars, does it work? And yes, it does work. But the depth that we use for acne scars is completely different, and the procedure that I tend to use for acne scars is also completely different. So why do I need to do this? I need to do it because I'm trying to tether or sever the scar tissue to actually allow the chance for new collagen to be produced. So we need to really hack the old scar tissue and then for the new collagen to be produced. In terms of the procedure itself, some people think, the one question I get asked is it painful? Well, pain is very much subjective, so I like to use the word discomfort. So you might get a level of discomfort with your microneedling procedure, and different people feel differently when it comes to their own procedures. So do you get discomfort? You probably do, but I work super quick. So the procedure itself doesn't last or take long, but the most important part of it is actually your consultation. And your consultation will then cover all your medical history and also skin itself and any other factors that are related to it. So, and the preparation after that is super important because I need to work in a sterile environment because I'm actually putting holes in your skin. So everything needs to be really clean and your skin needs to be really prepped. So when it comes to the procedure itself, I tend to not only use a microneedling pen with any old blade, I tend to actually combine it with mesotherapy products such as this one here, and those that are designed for acne, scarring or scarring. So your mesotherapy product will complement your own procedure, and whether you're doing a scarring procedure or you're having a pigmentation, each mesotherapy product is actually designed to treat that particular skin concern. Those who've got active skin infections such as cold sores or eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, these are things I would not touch you if you have on your skin, and I'd ask you to come back when your skin is ready to have the treatment. And also if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, if you have any allergies or medication that may put you in a risk of having this procedure. If you have other medications that may be a caution, what we call it as a caution, then I would give you advice, and we might have to tread in a different pattern to make sure that you are exposed to the least amount of risk as possible. But you get informed, you get consulted, and you also must make sure that you understand everything before you even sign on that dotted line to go ahead and have the procedure. Now, when it comes to your sessions, how many sessions do you need to use for this procedure? I tend to usually say between 3 and 6 sessions to really then get an idea of what's happening, and also pending a review. Some people find that after 4 sessions, 1 month apart, is absolutely fine and they're really happy with the status of their skin, and others may feel that they need to go a little bit longer. So usually it's 3 to 6 sessions, 1 month apart, and that really is so important that you need to understand that your procedure cannot be just a one-off. One microneedling procedure is not going to give you a change in your acne scarring or your pigmentation or your anti-aging effects. You've got to really stick to it. This is for the long run. When it comes to Aftercare, your SPF always after microneedling, but a word of caution and a word of warning, not all SPF is really designed to be used after microneedling, so I tend to stick to the same family of Dermapen and use the SPF there because that's actually designed for microneedling procedures and post-procedures. What do I ask you to do afterwards? Well, I ask you to make sure that you don't touch your skin, but keep it hydrated, keep it sun protected, you don't have any don't wash or use exercise or use saunas or anything of the sort for at least 24 hours, and I would even ask you what type of skincare, I would even request what type of skincare that you should really adopt and avoid any sort of really harsh actives. So all in all, I absolutely adore microneedling procedures in any way, shape or form, and really they are so underrated. Microneedling should be a go-to for you because it treats so many skin concerns all at once. If you buy 3 in a course, you get the 4th one for free. So 3 treatments and you get the 4th one for free, and this is our Hello Summer offer to make sure that you really get encouraged to actually go ahead and invest in yourself and invest in your skin. I'm doing my little bit to encourage you to get on the way to even more beautiful and radiant skin. Keep glowing and stay amazing.